I'm doing my speech on the ebook Gale Encyclopedia of Fitness over sporting concussions. If you have ever played any contact sports in your lifetime, the chances of attaining or knowing someone who has suffered a concussion or any head injury for that matter is very high. Concussions cause a substantial number of deaths and permanent disabilities each year, resulting in a serious public health problem in the United States. The scary thing about this injury is it can be caused by many everyday activities, such as getting into an accident on the road, playing an athletic event to stay fit, or performing any type of high-impact activity. Concussions are a major health problem in the U.S. and shouldn't be looked at or taken lightly. They can cause short-term and long-term injury that, to some extent, can cause permanent damage and sometimes death. Today I'll talk about what a concussion is, the symptoms and side effects, short-term and long-term, and how to take precaution on preventing these concussions. So what exactly is a concussion? Jacqueline L. Long, editor of the Gale Encyclopedia of Fitness, defines concussions or brain concussions as a trauma-induced change in mental status, often caused by a blow to the head or a sudden jolt or shaking of the head. When it occurs, a concussion often brings with it confusion, disorientation, and amnesia, also known as memory loss, and these severe cases can cause loss of consciousness. Short-term and long-term symptoms. The symptoms of concussions usually clear quickly and without a lasting effect if no further injury is sustained during the healing process. Rules for returning to sports activities are based on the severity of the concussion. About 300,000 people report sustaining mild to moderate sports-related brain injuries each year. This is largely due to athletes not wanting to be medically disqualified from continuing to play their sport. According to the Gale Encyclopedia of Fitness, a study conducted at the University of Michigan in 2007 found that 20.2% of retired NFL football players who had sustained 3 or more concussions had bouts of depression after their playing days were over. A similar study in 2009 found that memory problems within former NFL players, such as Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementia, were 19 times more prevalent than in the average male population 30 to 49 years of age. People over the age of 65 years also are at a high risk of falling and sustaining a concussion. Individuals over age 75 have the greatest rate of hospitalization and death from concussions. Your general symptoms of a concussion include headaches, disorientation as to time, date, and place, confusion, dizziness, confused expressions, incoherent or incomprehensible speech, incoordination or weakness, nausea or vomiting, double vision, ringing of the ears, etc. The severity of concussions is graded on a 3-point scale and is used for treatment decisions. The 3 grades are grade 1, no loss of consciousness, temporary confusion, and other symptoms that resolve within 15 minutes. Grade 2 is no loss of consciousness, temporary confusion, and other symptoms that require more than 15 minutes to resolve. Grade 3 is the loss of consciousness for any period of time. And this is a diagram showing what happens to the brain after you sustain a shock to it. Your working memory, motor planning, and number processing become worse and take on severe damage. How to prevent concussions. Prevention of concussions is something that is steadily progressing in the world we live in today. For instance, back in the day, NFL players wore helmets with minimal padding on the inside and gave hardly any protection from impact, whereas the helmets constructed today have shock absorbers that tend to prevent any kind of head injury. Concussions in particular, other than that, prevention of head injury is all based on your actions. When competing or playing a sporting event, play by the rules, wear proper equipment, and examine your playing field or court for any malfunctions or uneven areas that could cause injury. Like I said before, concussions are a dramatic health concern and should be tended to lightly. The world itself is turning to precautions necessary to prevent further injuries, but that can only help so much. It is up to you in order to benefit yourself and take actions towards the regulations given to strengthen your health. I'll now show a quick video of a few football hits that have caused concussions in the past.
And it's helmet to helmet. I mean, he got robbed. That was an easy one to make. You see him right there. He lowers the helmet, comes in with the crown. He had a $50,000 fine, which got reduced to $25,000 after he appealed. He's going to get another one. Deserved. I mean, they make it pretty simple. He throws. And you can see what happens to Knox here as he loses the ball. Watch as he lays out, and then Hargrove going for it at the same time.